All right, so what I want to talk about here would be the indexOf method, another method that we can use with arrays, something that's built into JavaScript. And basically the indexOf method is going to return the first index at which a given element can be found in an array. Okay, so I'm going to start with a very simple example. I'm just going to do something like const grocery list. Okay, so we've seen this before. And basically this is going to be an array with some items I just want to get at the grocery store. So let's just say milk, and misspelled that, and let's do butter, and let's do something like eggs, and let's do chicken, and let's also do steak, and then let's do rice, and then lastly let's do corn. Okay, so I have here a total of 7 items in my array. So let's say I wanted to figure out if a certain item was in my grocery list. Well, I can use the indexOf method for that. It'll tell me, number one, is it there, and also the index of where it is, okay, in my array. So I can do console.log, and I'm just going to use the array name, so grocery list, and then dot, okay? And then I'm going to use this indexOf. So indexOf, the I is a lowercase, everything is lowercase except for the O with of, okay? So you want to put parentheses here, and then you just want to put in there what you are trying to find in the array. So in this particular case, let's just put eggs in here, okay? And so what's going to happen is it's going to look through this array, and it's going to look for eggs. So in this particular case, you have this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So because the index here is going to be 2, it's going to give you 2 as a result, okay? If we pop open the terminal and we run this guy, we do get 2, okay? Now, if you had multiple eggs in here, it's still just going to give you 2, okay? Because it gives you the first index at which an element can be found in the array, okay? So if I put eggs here, let's say I put a comma and put eggs here. Well, now I'm still going to get 2, right? Clear this and run this, I still get 2. Now, one way around this is you can specify or tell JavaScript where you want to start searching from. So because I go 0, 1, 2, okay, I could start with 3 right there. So I can put a comma here, okay, and I can put 3 there. And so what's going to happen is it starts here. So this is 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. Okay, so now it's going to give me 7. So if I pop this open and clear this and run this, I get 7. Now, in some cases, you're going to search for something and it's not going to be there. In this particular case, JavaScript is going to give you a result of -1. Okay, so if it's not in the array, it returns -1. So let's get rid of this. Let's put something like potatoes in there. Okay, so we know potatoes are not in our array. If we pop this open and clear this and we run this, we get -1. Okay, so let's just do one long example or a longer example. I'm going to tie some concepts together here just so we get some practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a little function, okay, and it's going to have my grocery list in it. And basically it's going to look at this certain store and it's going to look through their inventory and say, well, does it have it? And if they do, yes, they have it. And basically here's the price. If they don't, sorry, we don't have it. Something like that. Okay, so let's start with the store items. So const, I'm just going to go store items. And I'm going to set this equal to, let's just do a few basic ones. So butter, let's do chicken, let's say beer, let's say they have steak, let's say they have corn, let's say they have potatoes, and let's say a couple more. Let's do something like tomatoes, and let's say they have rice. Okay, so these are the items they have in stock. Now, when we think about this, I'm going to set up another array that contains the prices for these items. This is not the most efficient way to do this. As we get to objects, as we move further along the course, you're going to see way easier ways, way better ways to do this. But for right now, we're still in the early stages, so I just got to work with what we have. So I'm going to go const item prices, okay? And I'm going to set this equal to, again, I'm just going to max this up. So for butter, I'm just going to put 2, okay, for $2. For chicken, let's do something like 4. Let's say for beer for 5. Steak, let's do 10. Corn, let's do 2. Potatoes, let's do 1. And then tomatoes, let's say 1. And then for rice, let's say 2. Okay. So basically, if this is in the position 0 or the index position 0, this is in the index position 0. Okay. So if we have the index, we know we can get the name of the item and also the price. Okay. So let's come down here and let's do something like const the grocery list. And this again is just some items I want to get. So let's do some that are in there and some that aren't. So let's do butter, okay? Let's do beer, so those are both there. Let's do steak, that's there. Let's do corn, or actually let's do something they don't have. So let's do cereal, and then with cereal you need milk, and then maybe you also want some bananas, so B-A-N-A-N-A-S. And then also, let's do one last one that they have. So let's go with the corn. Okay. So what I want to do here is set up a little function that is going to basically take in a grocery list or a list of things you want to get, and it's going to search through a store items list, okay, and it's going to see if they have it, and if they do, it's going to return to you a little string saying they have it, and here's the price. If they don't, it's going to say, sorry, we don't have it. So I'm just going to call this get item. So I'm just going to say something like function get item, and for the parameters here, you could call it the same thing as this. It doesn't matter. These are, again, variables that are local to your function. So let's just name it exactly what we have here. So grocery list, grocery list. And then I'm going to pass in store items. And then also I want the item prices. Okay. So let's go down here. And what I want to do here is first check to see if the grocery list that I'm going to pass in is the length 0, because we're going to end up taking items off of it one at a time. Okay. And once we take it off, the list is going to shrink. And once it gets to 0, I don't want this thing to basically do anything anymore. So I'm going to first ask if the grocery list dot length, okay, does that triple equal to 0? Or actually, it's better to see if it doesn't equal 0. Let's do it that way. So if it doesn't equal 0, then we want to do some stuff. Okay. Otherwise, we don't want to do anything. So I'm first going to set up a variable that is going to be used to hold the return value from basically taking the first item away from this list. Okay. So remember, we can do that with shift. So I'm going to do something like const my item is equal to, I'm going to say the grocery list. Okay. That's what's being passed in here. And I'm going to say dot shift. Okay. Right here. So right now, this holds the first item in that guy. And we can see that by just console.logging my item, or you could return my item if you want to do that right now. So let's return my item, and I'll show that to you. So right now, if I pass in this grocery list, I'm going to get butter. So let's just come down here and call the function. So console.log, and I'm going to call the function with grocery list, or actually I need the function name. So get item with grocery list, and then also the store items, and then also the item prices. Okay. So let's see this in the terminal. So right now you get butter. Okay. So basically it just took this guy right here from right here and it returned it to you. Okay. So now that we know that that works, let's get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to search through the store for my item. So I'm going to go const store item. Okay. And this is going to be equal to, I'm basically going to look through my store items array. So I'm going to go store items dot, okay, index of. And what do I want to find the index of? Well, I want to find the index of this my item, right? Remember, in this particular case, it was butter. So if I pass in this my item right here, okay, what's going to happen is it's going to search for butter, okay, and it's going to give you the index of that. So in this case, it would be 0. So let's go ahead and just console.log this. So, or return it, sorry, we'll return store item. So let's pop this open and clear this and run this, and you get 0, right? Because basically you have butter and you're looking for that, and in the store items, it's in the first position, okay? So let's come down here and get one more thing. I just want the price of the item. So I'm going to go const, let's just say something like item price to keep it simple. This is going to be equal to, now what I want to do is I want to look at this array with the item prices, and it's the same index, right? So I have the index from here and it's stored in this store item. Okay, so I have that guy, and I'm basically going to say item prices, okay, and then all I want to do is put this store item guy in here, okay. So let's stop for a minute and think about this. I know it gets confusing. The first thing we did was we took the grocery list that we're passing in, and we take the first item, so that gets stored in my item, okay. So in this particular case, it's butter, okay. Then the store item gets set up, and that's basically where we take store items, which is this store list array, okay, this guy right here. And we're looking for this item. So in this case, we're looking for butter. So what's the position of that? Well, in this case, it's going to be 0, okay, because it's the first position there. So then the item price is going to be the item prices, which is this guy right here with the same index position. Okay, I have that right there. And so this is what we're looking for here. So we have item prices. In this case, it would be 0. So right now, that would give me a result of 2. So let's just return the item price, just so we can see this real quick, and I didn't spell that correctly at all. So item price, okay. Let's pop this open and clear this, and let's run this, and we get 2, okay, for $2, because that's right here. Again, it's just taking this guy right here, this is 0, and it matches it to this is 0. So it's saying, hey, item prices, it's basically like you're putting a 0 in there. So item price is 0 is a 2, so that's why you got 2, okay. So now that we have all that set up, we're going to set up another little if statement. And we're going to check to see if the store item, okay, if that guy does not equal to -1, okay? So if it doesn't, then I want to return a little string. So I'm going to return, basically I'm going to say we have $ curly braces, the item you were looking for, which is my item, okay? So my item, okay, in stock, and I'll say the price is $, because you want one for the actual $, and then I'm going to do item price, okay, which is right here. Okay, so this guy right there. Now, if this guy was -1, you would want to do something else, right? You basically want to tell the customer, sorry, we don't have it. So I'm just going to return something like, sorry, we don't have $ curly braces, my item in stock. And if you wanted to, you could do a little emoji there. So let's go with an annoyed emoji. So let's put that one right there. And then let's come up here. We can do an exclamation point, and then let's do maybe sunglass guy. I like that guy. So let's pop this open and clear this and run this. Right now we have butter in stock. The price is $2. Okay, let's come up here and really think about what's going on. So we have this function get item. It takes in the grocery list, it takes in the store items, and it takes in the item prices. All right. So if the grocery list that we put in here, if the length is not 0, we want this to run. First, we're going to take the grocery list that we passed in, and we're going to take the first guy off. That's what the shift method does. We're storing that result in my item. So in this particular case, it's butter. Okay, so we're holding that in my item. Then when we come here, we're saying store items.indexOf my item, which in this case is butter. And if we look at the store items, where's butter? It's in the position 0. Okay, so right now this store item here holds 0. So then we come to item price. So item prices, which is this guy right here, which has the associated prices. And then the store item is 0, so it's looking at this first guy here, which is 2, okay? So if the store item is not equal to -1, we want to say we have, in this case, butter in stock. The price is, in this case, $2. So if we go back here, that's exactly what we got. We have butter in stock, the price is $2. Now, you could run this a bunch of times, so we could just keep going with this a bunch of times. I'm going to show you a more efficient way to do this in a second. So let's go ahead and clear this and run this. And you can see we have butter in stock, the price is $2. We have beer in stock, the price is $5. We have steak in stock, the price is $10. And sorry, we don't have cereal in stock. Now, ideally, you would run something like a loop, okay? And you would basically keep going through this guy until you were out of all the items. So we haven't gotten to loops yet, but we could type something like while. In this case, the condition I want to check is I want to see if the grocery list array, so if the grocery list dot length, okay, if that does not equal to 0, then I want to execute this code. And we'll cover these while loops here momentarily. We just haven't gotten to them yet. So basically I'm going to call the function. So I'm going to call get item, okay, with these guys up here. And I'm just going to copy this. That way I don't have to keep typing all this stuff. So let's go ahead and copy this, put this in here. And to make sure we can see this guy, let's go ahead and do a console.log with this. And let's just wrap this guy in that. And now we can pop open the terminal and go ahead and run this guy. And you see it runs through all of them. So it's going through your whole list. So we have butter in stock, the price is $2. We have beer in stock, the price is $5. We have steak in stock, the price is $10. Sorry, we don't have cereal in stock. Sorry, we don't have milk in stock. Sorry, we don't have bananas in stock. And then we have corn in stock, the price is $2. So it basically, and I forgot some semicolons here, so let me put those in just to be consistent. Basically, it ran through this entire grocery list you had: butter, beer, steak, cereal, milk, bananas, and corn. And again, you had butter, you had beer, you had steak, you didn't have cereal, you didn't have milk, you didn't have bananas, but you did have corn, okay? So that's the result it gave you in each one. So it told you what they had and what you didn't have, and basically the price if they had it.